I'm Lee with For Fun Golf TV. We're here for the back 9 of the SGT Web Plus Tour at Red Rock Country Club. Of course, brand new to me. This first 9 was the first time I saw it. Setting at +6, making the turn. Had a horrific front 9. Did birdie the 9th. So hopefully we get a little momentum going into the back. Always trying to break 80. That's going to be tough to do. It's a par 72, but that's the goal. So let's see what we can do, and appreciate you watching. All right, the 10th, par 4, 336, playing 8 yards down. I think I'm just going to hit a 3-wood off of here. There's water up there on the left, about in the area where I would start wanting to land a driver. So I just don't see any point in messing with that. I'm going to try to go on a line right there, see if I can hit a nice 3-wood. It's not a very long hole, so if I can just get, something over 200 yards out of the 3-wood, it should be okay. Let's see. Oh, I pulled the 3-wood, but get down. Well, I tried to get, oh, come on, stop. Nope. And exactly what I was trying to avoid, I did with the club that I was trying to use to avoid it. That's terrible. That's just a bad swing on my part. I get it. It is what it is. I'm going to move back. I don't know if I can't get to fairway, so I might as well just drop in here somewhere. So I'm hitting 3 from 121. Need to get it close. I got a left to right lie, which works with that hillside on the right. Downhill lie. I'm going to try to hit a 9 iron. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to hit an 8 iron. I'm going to hit an 8 iron. I'm going to try not to kill it. Choke down just a little bit on an 8 iron and see if I can control it and get it over there. I'm afraid I'll hook the 9 iron. I tend to hook it or pull it. Come off that slope, feed towards the hole. Nope, not enough influence off the slope apparently. Okay, so that was really what I was hoping to do with the 8 iron. I would love for it to have been a little closer, but all in all, that's what I was looking for. So I'm going to go right to left here from 26 feet. I think that's, yeah, downhill pretty much the whole way. We'll see. It's all going to depend on the right pace. Not taking the break. Slow down. Nope. So I need to get this in for the bogey. Going just slightly left of it on the left edge, uphill from 8 feet. All right, got it in for bogey. Back to 7 over. Not the start we wanted on the back 9, but that was completely self-inflicted. Tried to do the smart thing, hit something short to stay out of the, not bring the water into play, and instead I pulled it straight into the water. So, par 4 11th, playing 332. Slight dog leg to the right. I'm gonna try to aim up in there. Again, my normal drive, if I hit it well, is straight to a slight fade, but I'm just not quite hitting it well right now. So in the first 9, I was talking about us playing the open API in connector for the Square to GS Pro and using calculate mode, using club stickers so we get spin numbers, but I didn't finish that with, so we use kind of a mix of Titleist Tour Softs and Pro V1Xs. It's what I would play with in real life. Feels much better than any of the mark balls, and again, the open API connector and calculate mode for us behaves much more realistically than what the measurement mode does. I hardly ever hit anything right to left or a draw, especially with like the driver in real life. And if I do it in measurement mode with those PIX balls, I get these massive, like going out fairly straight and then hooking 80, 90 yards left. So I don't know what that's all about. 100 yards, slightly right lie. I'm gonna maybe go just a touch left of the hole. See if I can hit a part of a pitching wedge up there. Well, that was the number. There we go. That's a pretty good shot for me. Love to get one back here. Gonna go just slightly left to right, slightly downhill. I usually take my glove off putting when I'm playing by myself. I don't figure you all want to see me constantly taking the glove off and putting it back on. All right, 11 feet 8 downhill. Let's see if we can roll it in. Yeah, but I pulled it. I pulled it just a touch. Thought I was going to miss it, but it had just enough of the edge to catch. So, all right, that's back to 6 over. $158, $149 front. Gonna hit a 7-iron here. Kind of pulled it off to the left there. Yeah. It'd have maybe had a chance to be right on the front or right by it if I'd hit it on line, but I yanked it over. $17 yards. Not much going on the green, not much going on my lie, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Got it in for par. Just got it into that 5-foot gimme circle. Par 4, excuse me, yeah. Par 4 13th, playing 324, 20 yards downhill off the tee. Good marker that they've got out there. They got it aim point at 220 yards. If I can hit one straight, it should be fine. Pulled it. That's out of bounds. No, it stayed inbounds, but just barely. Wow, that's a break. That is a break. Again, my miss is a pull. Occasionally I'll hang back on my right side and hang one out completely right, but what I consider my miss is the pull, and I pulled that one pretty hard. Let's see if Hide Objects does anything. It does not. Let's look at the heat map. Pretty flat part of the green, or at least going to flat there. I've got a 1.4 degree left lie. I'm going to aim slightly right of the hole there. It's got me in deep rough from 121. So that should be an extra 25 yards. That's 146. So I'm going to hit an 8-iron and see what I get here. A little extra run out, but safely aboard. Out of almost hitting that out of bounds, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, hard right to left putt, 32.5 feet. Kind of frost. It's uphill into me, and maybe uphill the whole way. I don't know. 32 feet. I think it kind of goes flat. I got to slide uphill, and I think it goes flat, but constantly moving right to left. So we'll see if I can get something down there. Slow down. Yeah, I hit that too hard. Just a touch too hard. I felt it immediately. But let's see if we can come back here for the par. Par is not doing much from 6 feet. Slightly left to right, but I think if I just hit a solid putt, it's going downhill, so I don't have to hit it too hard. There we go. Got it in for par. Okay. So now we're even par for the back so far. We're at +6 for the round, heading to the 14th, number 2 handicap hole. Again, if you're joining For Fun Golf TV, me and my streaming partner, playing partner TK, we stream Sunday nights, Monday nights, Friday nights, 7:30 Central. Content on all your platforms. We're also on Facebook at For Fun Golf TV, spelled out there. We'd love to have you join our Facebook group. We share content about a week early there and keep you updated on any changes or anything that's going on with the platform. This was 377, 18 yards up. Does have a creek down the left, it looks like, that you definitely want to avoid. I'm going to keep it on that aim point they have at 232. I'd rather be in bunkers than in creek. Yeah, hit that one pretty good for a change. My ball speed's usually around 140. I've had times where suddenly I'll hit 150. I don't know where that comes from, but I'm expecting to be something around 140, maybe 143, 144, something like that. I'll back off and get it down in the high 130s, 136, 137, but it's always right around there somewhere. And unfortunately, Square doesn't give club head speed, so I have no idea what I'm actually hitting for club head speed. 6 degrees right, 140, playing 7 up. Gonna hit a full 8-iron. See if I can get it there. All right, a little bit offline, had it going a little bit to the left. Leaves me 32 feet. See if I can get it down there, get in for par. So I'm going uphill, left to right, quite a bit left to right. Oh boy, it's all that slope just took off with it. Thought I put it out hard, far enough. It's just where I just couldn't bring myself to hit it hard enough to hold any line like that, apparently. So this is going left to right. uphill, 10 feet. Nope, didn't give it enough break. Yikes, bogey. That's unfortunate. Unforced errors take me back to +7, back to 1 over on the back 9. Going to a par 3, 15th. 124 down 6. I think I'm going to hit a pitching wedge here. Full pitching wedge. Oh, and I chunked it. That ain't going nowhere. I hit about a solid 2 inches behind the ball. Again, unforced errors. Do that kind of stuff to myself all the time. 44 yards, 5.6 degrees, right to left lie. I'm going to aim out about over there. .44, 45-yard chip with my lob wedge here. Yeah, I didn't get enough. Dang it. Boy, it killed it coming out of there. Took a full 10 yards off of it. All right, got a hill. My lie is left to right. The green is left to right. I'm going to aim it out over there. 16-yard blast out of the sand here. Did not leave myself any good putt. Right to left downhill from 13.5. Stop. Whew. Double bogey. Falling apart here at this point. Uphill left to right. Basically 10 feet. It just lips around. Downhill, that putt was lightning fast. Uphill, it was lightning fast. I don't get it. That's don't talk about some of the inconsistencies you see in GS Pro. Is what it is, but I need to get better. I know it. +10. Going to the 16th. 299-yard par 4. Hit something about on that line. There we go. Kind of did what we wanted to. That's a surprise. 57 yards out of the fairway. Got a left to right lie. See what the green's doing. I love the heat map function. So if you haven't seen that, the darker the red, the more uphill to yellow to blue to green to blue is the lowest point. So this is kind of in the middle of a left to right slope. I've got a left to right lie. So I'm going to aim out right of it from 57 yards. Let's see if I can get a lob wedge on there. And I chunked my lob wedge going in the bunker. Wow, I'm hitting everything fat all of a sudden. It's not shocking. I'm not that good of a golfer, but get in these funks where I'm just hitting it fat. So slightly left lie, so it's going to go to the left. Green goes left to right, so I'm going to leave it alone. See if I can pitch it up there. There we go, in for par. Par 4 17th, down 5 yards. Grab a drink here before I play it. Again, when I'm playing by myself, I struggle to slow down, take my time. Most of the times on the stream, I've got my playing partner TK with me. And so you just kind of naturally get a little time off to regroup and rethink. Playing by myself, I just tend to hurry. 319 yards, playing 5 down. Aim it right up in there. Kind of went after that when you see the ball speed jump up into the 146, 147 range. That's where I bring in a slice into play, honestly, when I do it. But once in a while, it feels like the right thing to do. So 50 yards out of the fairway. Slightly left lie, but that should be okay. See if I can do this without chunking this wedge here. Yeah, didn't get quite what I wanted out of it, but it isn't bad. It was good and online, just a few yards short. All right, so I'm going uphill from 14 feet 8, so I'm going to play it out just a couple of inches left of the cup. Oh, just snuck it past, in for a par. Dang it. All right, let's see if we can get a birdie here on this par 5 18th. We'll do the flyover on it, of course. A little bit of a carry over desert to get to the fairway. Big pond on the right, 2 of them. Pond will be protecting the green on the right, big bunker left of the green. So second shot is going to have to be a decision if I can get one in the fairway where I have to make a decision at least. Second shot question out of the equation, I'd say, yeah, 266 over water. We're not messing with that. We're going to play up here short of the left side of that water, hopefully. We're going to play out here somewhere. 186. Play a 5-iron out of the rough here. Just missed the corner of that bunker, thankfully. All right, 103 over water. Let's look at that green. What's it doing? We're just right up against where it starts to go uphill. I got a slightly left to right lie. I think that's okay. Gonna hit a pitching wedge. It's probably a sand wedge distance, but I just want to make sure I don't leave it short. Now I could leave it short with this pitching wedge, I know. But the goal is with the pitching wedge, I have a much better chance of not doing that. Yeah, good shot with the pitching wedge there. All right, got a chance for birdie on the last. I will take off the glove for this since it's the last hole. How's that? Slightly left to right. Slightly downhill. 10 feet. Nice finish there. That helps. Take me back to 9 over for an 81. So again, I go out the door. I'm trying to hit 80. Didn't happen there, but let's look at the statistics real quick on that before I wrap up the video. I'm just curious here. Look at my stats. So 2 sand saves, 5 bogeys, 2 doubles, 1 more than, 7 pars, 3 birdies. Greens in regulation, hit half the greens. Fairways, hit half the fairways. That sounds about right. Average drive 253, long one was 274. Pretty good statistics for me. Obviously, I'm trying to eliminate the doubles and the more than doubles. Everybody is. I get it. It's just kind of how golf works, and it's where my game is. So those are what I'm focused on. But that's an 81, so not the worst round I've ever played. But thank you for watching. I'm Lee with For Fun Golf TV. That was the back 9 of round 1 of the SGT Web Plus Tour at Red Rock Country Club. 9 over, not the worst that I've done. Hopefully I improve in round 2, but thank you for watching.